I'm on no journey to musically detox this summer. In fact, I'm cranking it up and journeying here to Lynx rehearsal space in Toronto to kick back and meet with the band who like to relax and have a good time. More specifically, I'm here with
Ryan, drums.
Jesse, bass.
Alex, guitar.
from the band Pretox. Thank you for missioning all the way out to Toronto in the first place, all the way from Hamilton. I think it's you two who are from Hamilton. You're from Toronto? Yep. Right on, right on. Well, just to meet with little old me. So, where do you guys usually jam?
So usually we jam at Alex and I's place. We have a basement that's fully loaded with drums, PA, everything that you need for jamming, so that's our home base currently.
Right, our happy place.
Do we have a name, or is it just the happy place?
I wish we did. I would have been better to have one right now, but we don't.
I guess it's a happy place now.
We could call it, we can name it right here, Dr. T exclusive. We could make it what about we call it the Hamilton Happy Place?
Sure, yeah, let's do
I've heard
it.
worse.
Sure. Doesn't sound like a restaurant or anything.
No. Or anything. Origin story. How did you all meet and come together as a band?
Oh, we've all been playing together for years in different capacities. Ryan and I played together in a band back in university. Jesse and I were playing in a band back in our early 20s, and yeah, we just one day decided to, bring it all together. This is the dream team, so I'm really happy to be playing with these guys, and yeah, it's been what, like 8 years?
Yeah.
Haven't gotten sick of each other yet, so.
Right.
Well, that's an origin story if I've ever heard one. Spider-Man got nothing on you. But more importantly, I wanted to know this. I'm sure that they do as well. Where does the name come from? The name Pretox. What does it mean?
So we were definitely trying to figure out one-word band names way back in the day, right? Like it's just easier to fit on posters and everything. So
T-shirts. Easier to spell.
Supposedly. So we were just kind of going through some one-word names that also weren't taken. That's the big thing too, right? And we just ended up landing on Pretox, and it flows off the tongue real nice. It's it kind of, the meaning behind Pretox is you go out to drink. Well, you stay home to drink before you go out to drink. So you do the pretoxing at home before you go to the show. So
I might just have to steal that now. Pre-drinks, nah, thing of the past. Pretox, and
Pretox after the pretox before, right?
And I assume somebody here is a fan of Frasier. Anyone?
I like the logo.
Yeah, it's just a logo thing.
yeah.
All right, then let's get a little more serious here. What is your musical mission? What is Pretox aim to be? What do you guys? What sets you apart from everyone else in this musical world?
Wow.
I know. Serious. Eye contact.
Yeah. I mean, we first and foremost, we just want to make music that we love, that we're proud of, and so we set out to create a groove, something that feels good, something that sounds good, and then just hit it as hard as we can over and over and over again. I mean, we just like making music together, and what we want to do, what that looks like, has changed every few years. We go where the wind pulls us.
I like that. Go where the wind pulls us. And it's pulled you out here, gearing up for an album release show on July 25th.
Yeah.
Woo! At Club Absinthe in Hamilton with Gravely, Maya Blue, and the Jesse James Medicine Show. I know.
All incredible bands. If you haven't seen any of them, highly recommend all of them.
Well, I definitely think I will now. Maybe even on July 25th if you're in the Hamilton area.
That'd be the best way for us.
Be there.
You hear that? Be there. Can you tell us anything more about this show? right? Is there anything more than I just you guys are playing, those guys are playing? Is there any significance to this show?
We're playing the album. It's the album release show.
Front to back, the way the Lord intended.
Yeah.
Hopefully some special guests. We're still hammering out the final details, but we're looking to make it an interesting show, a little different. Yeah, we're gonna play the whole album front to back with all the little frills and whatnot that come with that, and yeah, it should be fun. It's the rest of the bands, like I said, they're all great. We got to curate this lineup. We got the bands we wanted. Yeah, we would be there even if we weren't playing. This is the best show that's going to be happening there.
So, okay then, let's talk about this album release that you are celebrating here. BlackBox, also coming out on July 25th. You already dropped 2 singles, By Now and Underground, but could we get any exclusives or fun behind-the-scenes stories from the album writing process, the recording process, the producing process? Any fun stories from BlackBox that comes to mind for Dr. T exclusive?
Anybody got a fun story from the recording process?
Everything just went super smoothly. We were at North in Hamilton, like one of our favorite places to be, for 5 days. So we were, up in each other's business for 5 days, but we hammered out all the songs. We worked with Emma Whale, which she's a dream to work with all the time. So no like crazy stories. It was just, we planned everything out super far in advance. Alex did a great job of demoing everything ahead of time so that when we got to the studio, it's like, all right, here we go, we're getting to work. And we ended up taking just like 4 and a little bit days.
Yeah, the 5th day was pretty chill. We probably could have done it in 4 if we had wanted to, but it would have been stressful. Having 5 was nice because that 5th day was just getting everything done. There was the Mellotron died on us.
Yeah.
That was fun. Are you familiar with a Mellotron?
Yeah, he fought against Optimus Prime or something.
yeah, something like that.
Roll out.
So a Mellotron is like this old school, basically proto-synth. It runs like tapes through it and stuff. I don't know, it's magic. I'm not a synth guy. But they have one at North, like a real live analog Mellotron. So I thought,
a robot in disguise.
yeah.
I'll stop.
No, that was good. So I thought like it'd be fun to get the real thing on the record. I kind of did some of the demoing with the intention to use this Mellotron, and then we got there and tried to use it, and one of the tapes was all like fried. So one of the like notes that we absolutely needed just did not work. You hit that button, it made a terrible sound. Yeah. And if you want to hear that terrible sound, we kept it and we put it on the end of one of the tracks where it needed to be a little noisy. We were like, oh, okay, we'll just throw that here. And so, yeah, we have the dying gasps of North's Mellotron on our record.
Dr. T exclusive.
Other than your new album release and release party, what else does Pretox have planned for the summer of 2025?
So we do have an exclusive Toronto show happening. That's all I'm going to say. Other than maybe you should join our mailing list and you might find out where the show is and when.
I'm so down. How does one join this mailing list of yours?
Send a quick message to PretoxML, that is PretoxML for mailing list at gmail.com, and we'll add you. We'll let you know what's going on, and we'll let you know when we have more details about that Toronto show. It's going to be invite only, so if you don't sign up, you're not coming.
Well, July 25th is a huge day this summer. Not only are we getting BlackBox, we are also getting the new Fantastic Four movie. I know a little out of left field here, a little random, but I like to switch things up and make things a random. So with that, I ask, what superpower would you think each other has? If you could give each other a superpower, you cannot choose your own. You got to give each other the superpower. Let's say you give her, he gives him, and you give him a superpower. What would they be? What would they be?
Or time dilation. I don't know how you manage to do everything that you try to do in the same amount of time as everybody else. That's pretty crazy, but
Yeah, I've been like.
She can stop time. She controls time. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, when I'm in like 5 bands and like touring everywhere and doing photography and managing a full-time job. I don't know how I do it either. Must be superpowers.
She's the bass slayer.
Yes.
All right. Now, what superpower would you give to him, or do you think that he would have?
I feel like, I don't know, just like invisibility.
Okay.
I mean,
Why is that?
That does come in handy.
Right? I don't know, because then it could just be, if you don't want to be there, you could just like.
Oh, this is what power you think I'd want to
Yeah.
have. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The ability to not be there anymore.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
I guess the real question is, to be invisible, can you still wear clothes, or do you have to just be naked all the time to be invisible? Because most of the time, that's how it is. You got to be like completely naked to be invisible. But
Most of the time, that's how I am.
boom, see there we go. All right, and lastly, what's his superpower?
Ryan can count to 4. He's actually been counting even higher lately.
The human calculator.
As much as 7, yeah. Yeah, it's he's been coming a long way.
Yay, Ryan.
All right, well, if you're not out watching the Fantastic Four on July 25th and are in the Hamilton area, celebrate BlackBox release with Pretox at Club Absinthe. Listen to By Now and Underground now, along with all of their other bangers on Spotify. Follow them on Instagram at Pretox the Band, Facebook at Pretox Music, and subscribe to them on YouTube at Pretox Band. Hell, subscribe to the Dr. T Show too while you're at it, and smash that like button for more exclusive interviews of local music. But more importantly,
Hey, we're Pretox
We're not here to musically detox.
on the Dr. T Show.
on the Dr. T Show.